Hi, I'm Karma from Karma of Ominit. Today we're going to be opening the Mindfulsouls box for June 2020. So let's get started. I love getting my subscription boxes. Okay, so you open up the box, and it's got the beautiful card on it. I'll take that out first. It's got this little card we'll look at, and then it's got all your little goodies in beautiful bags. So I'm going to set this over here. And I'll grab them as we do. So the little card says, affirmation for forgiveness. Forgiving makes me feel light and free. It's got a little picture of two people hugging. Mindfulsouls, it says, optimism is a happiness magnet. If you stay positive, good things and good people will be drawn to you. Mary Lou Retton. And then over here it has everything that's in the box. So I'll set this down, and as we pull things out, we'll look at this and see what it is. So let's start with this little box. It says fragrant essential oil. Okay. Looks like it had Chinese writing on it, but I can't read. Fragrant essential oil. Last time they had a white sage in there that was so good, and I've been using it to do a lot of clearing. Not sure what I'm smelling. Let's see what it says. Rain Song. Rain Song essential oil. And my glasses. Mix of lotus flower. Oh, that's why I don't know, because I've never had anything lotus. Mix of lotus flowers. This type of floral essential oil is highly spiritual, given the symbol that lotus plays in ancient Hindu and Buddhist practices. The lotus flower has come to epitomize spiritual reflection, meditation, and tranquility. When an individual inhales scent from lotus essential oil, the body is almost always compelled to take a deep breath. This facilitates in producing a calming and relaxing experience. In fact, it is considered as a natural tonic that improves overall body function. Very interesting. That's really cool. So it's lotus, and lotus flower is an important flower to me. It talks about the Buddhists and stuff, but the reason that the lotus is known as such a sacred flower to them is because it comes up through all the mud and the muck in dirty, awful waters and blooms into this beautiful flower. And so it overcomes all the negative and still produces beauty. That's really cool. I like that. And our next little baggie. Okay. So it looks like a tiger's eye bracelet. It's on elastic. And I just pulled out the end, darn it. I'll have to fix that later. But it looks like it has several strands of the elastic, so it should be fairly strong, which is nice. Now the picture shows tiger's eye with all different colors, like it looks blue and red, and certainly it's more traditional tiger's eye that we're used to seeing. There is a couple of stones that have more red in them, like this one's fairly red, and this one has quite a bit of red. So there's maybe 4 or 5 stones that have more red in, but I don't see any kind of blue or anything that's kind of looks like in the picture. And I've never really seen tiger's eye in kind of a blue, so maybe the picture's just not really true to color. But those are beautiful. And I don't have any of the reds, so having a little bit of red's really nice. Tiger's eye is a most ancient talisman, mysterious and powerful. Traditionally, tiger's eye was carried as an amulet against curses or ill wishing, and it is known to give you courage, self-confidence, and strength of will. It shifts your outlook so that you can gain a deeper will. It shifts your outlook so that you can gain a deeper understanding of yourself. Is there a new hobby you'd like to try? A solution to a problem you haven't considered? Tiger's Eye connects to the solar plexus chakra to ground you in the power you need and to inspire you to find the courage to pursue those ventures. These stones are profound amplifiers of energy. Like most quartz crystals, it will boost the energy of any other crystals you use with it. Very nice. Next bag. Oh, pretty. It's got some almost like cream kind of green in it, little spots. The rest is fairly red, and it's a disc. This one's more like a clear white, and this is more creamy, but it does have some different. Don't really see, it's pretty solid. Red agate circle crystal. In ancient times, the forces of the four elements were considered as some of the most powerful forces in the universe, and agates were justifiably linked to the earth element. Agates are universal balancing stones of subtle energies. They offer protection and are especially suitable for protection of children. Whenever needed, they can help you increase your courage and as well as your creativity, and are known to be capable of enhancing your energy in ways. So it is very useful when there is a need to overcome a certain difficult situation in which additional efforts and extra resources are required. Sit quietly and hold your stone in your hands. Breathe in and feel the agate's energy fill your body. Visualize your intention for the stone. So I'm getting ready to do a crystal grid. The video should go up in the next week or two. And I'm doing a grid for right now with all of the rioting and looting and stuff that we're having in the United States. I wanted to do a special love and peace grid, especially for the United States and the world at large, of course. And so I think I'm going to use rose quartz in the center of it, because rose quartz is a really good crystal to bring love. So I'm going to use a point, but I'm going to use this red agate underneath the point because of the things that it just talked about that would really help the situation. So protection, universal balancing of subtle energies. So I think I'm going to try and use that in the crystal grid, so look for that to come. What I often do is try and use one or two of the items from each of the subscription boxes and do an additional video for the month showing how you could utilize things that were in the box to further your practice. So that'll be really nice. So red agate, leave me a comment. What kinds of things have you used rose agate for before? And what do you suggest? And do you have any other types of stones that you want to suggest for me for the peace and love crystal grid that I'm going to be doing in the next week or so? So leave those in the comments below. I'd love to hear. Next bag we have. So there's 6 things in this bag, which is nice. And this bag, I believe, is on a little bit on the lesser expensive, as you know, medium to lesser expensive. I'll kind of go over the pricing a little bit more, but I want to get 3 or 4 boxes months before I start kind of really delving into, is this worth the money? Because to judge it just based on one box makes it really hard. Matter of fact, this subscription box, they have said that it's the only one that doesn't necessarily have a monthly box every month that changes. And so one of the big unboxing channels that has gotten this box before said that they weren't going to do it again because they'd like cancel the subscription and then they'd redo the subscription and they'd end up with the same box again, almost like they send initial subscriptions the same box. So if you cancel with them and then renew, you probably want to notify them to let them know that you already received the initial box. And I already have the first box on opening on the channel, so you'd be able to find it under the file for these boxes, for Mindful Souls boxes. So this is a little blue agate, it looks like, necklace. It's pretty. I do a lot of jewelry making, so I know that buying these is really, really inexpensive. You can buy a bunch of them for fairly inexpensive. So the nice thing is that it's actually knotted in between each of these beads. So that kind of adds a little bit of value and a little kind of makes it pretty, but the beads are knotted in between. So the main reason that people knot beads is if you break the cord and you don't knot in between beads, then all the beads go all over the floor, all over the place. So with more expensive beads, which these are not, but with more expensive beads, you would always want to make sure they were knotted in between, because you don't want your strand of pearls coming undone and your pearls go everywhere and you can't find them. So this says blue agate slice necklace. Need an emotional lift? Love is the medicine to heal the world. And this crystal can help us return. So a little bit of a faux pas there. Sorry, had to reread it a couple of times to make sure it wasn't me. This crystal can help us return to our natural state of joy. Blue agate properties are linked with the heart chakra, which helps us heal by opening up our energy channels to unconditional love, for soothing the pain and confusion that comes with the human condition. Agate can help you if you find yourself in a situation where you find it difficult to forgive someone for the pain caused, despair, or bitterness in some complicated love or family relationship. This stone can help you find the necessary courage to forgive and forget. Where agate, if you fell, your self-restrained, must be feel, not fell. You're self-restrained, under pressure, or confined in your current obligations. Pretty. It's probably not one that I would wear, but I really love getting these pieces in these boxes because I save them. And then, like this last new moon, one of my friends is going through breast cancer and she's in the middle of having all of her treatments. And so I did a special offering and prayer for her. And I took one of the necklaces that I had that had the stone that really fit what I was trying to do for her, and used that to empower the intention and to give that to her after I did the new moon ceremony. So I really like having pieces like this. I have a box that I just kind of go through, and as I'm trying to help people, if I need to do some work for them, that I can then tie it to a beautiful piece of jewelry and a stone that's applicable to what we're doing. So that'll be a really nice giveaway because it is pretty. And I really like having that kind of thing. Or some of them, like children, they'll always come up and look at all my stuff, and I might give them something that I got as well that I'll wear for a little while to empower it and put some good energy into it, and then I'll hand it off to a child. Okay, I don't know if this, oh yeah, okay, so looks like you can make it bigger or smaller. That's always nice. I love adjustable necklaces. I will say though, it's just a really, really thin, it is a waxed cord, so it should last for fairly long, but it's not going to last forever because it's just a little cord. I do really like how they tied it in there though. That's a beautiful clear quartz crystal. And I do like that it's tied in there, you know, it's really cool. So it's nice to sometimes have a stone that you can use even if it's not in a necklace that you're going to wear for very long. That's beautiful. And it says, wrapped raw clear quartz necklace. Clear quartz is a rock star among crystals. There is no better crystal for manifesting realities, programming intentions, or amplifying energies than a clear quartz stone. A universal healer, it links to all the chakras to provide balance and harmony. Its ability to be programmed for manifestation is unlike any other crystal. Clear quartz will purify and energize your chakra field so that your mind, your core, and your base are all working in harmony at their highest potential. You can carry it with you, meditate with it, lay with it on your body, or put them in your space. Sit quietly and hold your stone in your hands. Breathe in and feel energy fill your body. The quartz crystal is really kind of cool because when they did the aura camera pictures and the energy fields, they actually had them hold a quartz crystal and it increased that field by 10%. So when you're doing a crystal grid or if you're wearing something, you can always put some quartz crystal on with it to boost its power. And yeah, looks like this is the last thing. Little mandalas. Looks like they're socks. Not quite sure how stretchy they are. They look kind of small. Oh, no, looks like they'll work. No, look pretty small. Okay, so I have about an 8.5 foot, and it looks like they will fit me kind of barely. My toes are in the top, so they are a little on the small side. But they are pretty. I'll probably put them in my meditation bag because when I go to the meditation center and stuff, we take off our shoes and we just wear socks in. So I'll probably save them for that. Very cute. Let's see what it has to say about them. Mandala socks. The word mandala derives from the Sanskrit meaning circle. The design of the mandala is supposed to be visibly appealing to absorb the mind in such a way that irritating thoughts are unable to get through, and a spiritual essence surrounds the individual observing the mandala, which in turn allows the individual a higher consciousness or awareness, almost as though being hypnotized. This allows the busy mind to take a break while the creative mind can run free. Please note, it is important to cleanse and energize your crystals as soon as you obtain them. Allow your crystals to sit under cool running tap water for 10 to 20 minutes. That's only going to be if it's a non-porous stone. If it's a porous stone, you don't want to use water. You can use moonlight, you can use sunlight, you can use intention by holding it and clearing it. You could use sage and burn sage around it. You can do all kinds of things, but don't put the porous ones inside water. Like these that I've made, these are actually rose beads made out of rose petals. So certainly not good to purify them in water because they'll become soft and start to dissolve. So these I always purify in, usually I like to use the moonlight. If you are near a natural running water, stones can be placed in an open mesh bag and left for a short time in natural running water. Yeah, the more natural the water, if you are using water, is nice. But again, remember, so like something like these tiger's eye definitely could be, these 3 stones, 4 stones, these could all be cleansed using water. I typically don't use water, but it is a nice way to do them. I typically just do a nice little tray with all my stuff, put it out. Usually I do it in the full moonlight and go from there. So that's the Mindful Souls box for this month for June 2020. Looks like a great box. I hope you enjoyed and hope to see you soon. Have a great one.